vicious, nasty, and downright dirty. These legendary dunks brought glory and admiration to the dunker, as well as shame and sorrow to the victim. Let's face it, these are the dunks that every true NBA fan loves to see. I'm talking about the insanely outrageous dunks that instantly brought you to your feet, shocked and in awe by what you just witnessed. Here are the top 10 most disrespectful dunks in NBA history. Number 10. LeBron James on Jason Terry. Our first dunk is a tribute to the King. The Miami Heat-Boston Celtics rivalry is one of the best in the NBA, and this savage dunk and slaughtering of Jason Terry will undoubtedly remain one of the highlights for a long time to come. Not only that, but the Heat claimed a closely contested victory to extend a 23-game winning streak. In reality, Jason Terry never had a chance in this 3-against-1 fast break. But it was LeBron's decision to walk towards a lying Terry and tower over him that made this dunk so disrespectful. It was so disrespectful that the Heat were instantly given a technical foul for taunting. Number 9. Jason Tatum on LeBron James. Yes, that's right. Even though they fell short in the series, Jason Tatum was able to claim revenge for the Celtics with perhaps the nastiest dunk that the Boston Garden has ever seen. And do you see how Jason Tatum steps to LeBron after he throws it down on him? This one was so ruthless and disrespectful that Tatum actually looks like he was ready to throw down and turn the game into an MMA match. Wow, has anyone ever done LeBron that dirty? If so, let us know in the comments. Number 8. Michael Jordan on Patrick Ewing. They may be friends off the court, but come playoff time, they became fierce enemies, as the Bulls and Knicks had one of the fiercest rivalries of the 90s. Here's Michael doing what Michael does best, seemingly taking on the entire Knicks team, and then throwing down an iconic and unforgettable dunk right in the face of 7-foot Patrick Ewing, leaving Spike Lee and MSG stupefied. Number 7. Tracy McGrady on Sean Bradley. When you dunk on a 7'6" center, you know you're going to get props. But the way T-Mac elevated and threw down this monstrous assault of a slam dunk takes that to another level. This dunk was so disrespectful that Bradley looks like McGrady just stole his manhood in one giant swoop, leaving Maverick fans and the entire American Airlines Center stunned at what they just witnessed. Number 6. Steve Francis over Jahidi White. You may have forgotten about Steve Francis, but when it came to exciting slam dunks, the 6'3" former Maryland standout was nothing short of amazing. This cold-blooded and heartless throwdown over the 6'9" White has to be one of his best. And afterwards, the way he looks down at the White and lingers for a moment. Now that one was seriously disrespectful. Number 5. Shawn Kemp on Alton Lister. In terms of slam dunks, Shawn Kemp was one of the most prolific in NBA history. There were so many incredible dunks that I'm not sure if this one was his best, but it was definitely his most disrespectful. Not only does Kemp slam a giant windmill dunk right in Lister's face, but he then proceeds to humiliate Lister by pointing at him and taunting him in front of a wild Seattle playoff crowd. Ouch. Number 4. Grant Hill on Alonzo Mourning. If there's one player who doesn't get enough credit for his dunking ability, it's Grant Hill. Maybe he never won a ring, but that doesn't change the fact that Hill had some seriously brutal throwdowns. Don't let the peppy demeanor of this former Duke player fool you, because out of nowhere he could explode to the rim and leave you dumbfounded. Just ask Alonzo Mourning. Earlier in this game, Mourning and Hill had gotten tangled up after Zoe landed a hard pick on Hill, and Hill responded by tackling Mourning to the ground. Later in the game, Hill got the ultimate revenge And the last word with a ferocious slam dunk that looks like it's straight out of a horror movie. Have you ever seen a player dunk on another player like that, right after a scuffle? If so, let us know in the comments. Number 3. Michael Jordan on Dikembe Mutombo. Yeah, you've probably seen this one a million times already, but it's so entertainingly disrespectful that you know we had to include it. Especially after Mutombo infamously proclaimed that MJ would never dunk on him. Mutombo was used to giving his trademark finger wag after each one of his blocks, but little did he know that Jordan would be the one doing the disrespecting. Come on, man, don't you know that his airiness always gets the last word? Number 2. Scottie Pippen on Patrick Ewing. Here's Patrick Ewing being victimized again, this time by another Chicago Bulls legend. And surprisingly, Scottie managed to do Ewing even dirtier than MJ. Pippen comes in hot on the fast break and delivers the merciless dunk. But then to make matters worse, Pippen pushes Ewing down and momentarily hovers over him and taunts him. But it didn't stop there. Pippen then went and taunted Spike Lee, New York's #1 fan, which made this dunk all the more disrespectful. Before we reveal our number 1 most disrespectful dunk of all time, we have to call out a few honorable mentions. Honestly, it was challenging narrowing down this video to just 10 dunks, and these definitely deserve some love. Our first honorable mention goes out to the late and great Kobe Bryant for when he threw down this beautifully disrespectful dunk over the 7'6" Yao Ming, who in their right mind would even try to dunk over a center that tall. But Kobe Bryant was a one-of-a-kind rock star, and you can see he has absolutely zero respect for Ming's ability to protect the rim. Our next honorable mention goes out to Anthony Edwards for his insanely disrespectful dunk on Yuta Watanabe. The way Edwards throws it down like a sledgehammer and then proceeds to ride him and fall on top of him, this one was beyond disrespectful, cruel, bloodthirsty, and amazing. Next honorable mention goes to DeMar DeRozan for his homicidal dunk on Chris Boucher, sending a shockwave of disrespect to his victim and his old team. Not only does DeRozan throw down the hardcore dunk in his face, but then to make matters worse, he grabs onto him and uses his victim's body to cushion his fall. Talk about disrespectful. Next honorable mention goes to DWade for his jaw-dropping dunk on Anderson Varejao. Wade gets coast to coast and then delivers an atomic bomb that turns Varejao's 6'11" body into a worthless ragdoll. And then he delivers the disrespectful exclamation point by stepping over him. Next honorable mention goes to Vince Carter for his incredible dunk on Alonzo Mourning. Mr. Half Man, Half Amazing makes Zoe look like a JV backup the way he cocks it back and easily, emphatically throws it down. And our last honorable mention goes to Blake Griffin for this unbelievably disrespectful dunk on Pau Gasol. Out of nowhere, Griffin turns Gasol into a helpless nobody. But to make matters worse, Griffin committed another criminal act against Gasol later in the same game, and this one is even worse. Especially the way he tauntingly stares at him after the fact with such utter disrespect. Griffin also landed an elbow to Gasol's face in the midst of this disrespectful dunk. Yikes. On to our number 1 most disrespectful dunk of all time. Shaquille O'Neal on Chris Dudley. Shaq's list of disrespectful and emphatic dunks is long and distinguished. After all, this is the guy who's known to destroy backboards. But this wildly disrespectful slam dunk on incapable Chris Dudley easily takes the cake. Dudley's attempt to stop Shaq is just plain pathetic. And then the way Shaq delivers the kill and swings into him, followed by the vicious shove that sends Dudley flying to the ground, is as disrespectful as it gets. Dudley was so humiliated that his knee-jerk reaction was to throw the ball at Shaq and begin yelling obscenities. But that definitely doesn't change what happened. And Chris Dudley was immortalized as the victim of the most disrespectful dunk in NBA history. Which one of these disrespectful dunks is your favorite? Did we miss any good ones? Make sure to comment below. And if you want to see more of the best and most entertaining disrespectful NBA moments, then check out this video, the top 10 times Michael Jordan humiliated his opponents. All you have to do is click the image on your screen, and you can watch it completely free right now.